What's going on, everybody? New concept for a podcast. This is going to be a kind of, we'll say, pilot. I've been having this thought, right, on how we could help each other more. And I have a gentleman in the back who has an impactful story. And it's, you saw the title of the podcast. Good Lord, I forgot the title of the podcast. What was it called? What now? Or yeah, anyway, I got this podcast idea that I want to share with you guys, and I'm hoping you guys enjoy it like I enjoy talking to the gentlemen. So I'm going to introduce them. And again, the idea behind this is how can we help each other past detailing? Maybe mental health, maybe addiction, maybe weight loss, and then finding people who have gone through stuff or are going through it to help you all come through it. So help me introduce my guy Matt. What's up, dude?
How's it going, Eddie? Thanks for bringing me on. Nice to be here, dude.
How you been, man?
Crazy. A lot going on. Gotta say, good though, thankful. Things could be a lot worse. And so, doing good. Doing good.
So Matt, you and I talked on the phone. Thanks for the weight loss stuff. Bro got 10K videos. Who's got 10K videos? I wish I had 10K videos. What up, everybody? We got Matt on. So Matt is going through a journey, right? So we talked yesterday. I got his permission to do this, and this will spark this podcast, right, Matt? And then at the beginning of the year, I did 2 videos. One, I was exposing myself. 2 was showing myself. Now I got to put the work in. It's 3. So tell everybody about yourself, and then we'll get through the questions I got, Matt.
Sure. So I know most of you guys, some of you guys may already know me. My name is Matt, of course. From South Florida. I've lived here my entire life. I'm 21. I'm a college student. I go to FIU. I study business, marketing specifically. I've been detailing for about almost 3 years now, I'd say. I really enjoy music. I like going to the beach. I like nature. I really enjoy exploring that kind of thing. Yeah. And so about 8 years ago, something like that, I was in middle school and I was hanging around some pretty bad influences. Started at a summer camp, and I basically just fell into a weed addiction pretty quickly. And I was literally 12. So and that didn't stop for a long time. So I just developed this habit where I would do anything and everything that was put in front of me. Weed, nicotine, psychedelics. Just if it was in my accessible vicinity, I was gonna do something to go get it because I had the means to, and I was gonna try it. Why not? Just like a YOLO kind of mentality, not thinking about repercussions. So I was doing it.
Tell me more, because I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was into weed, cocaine, drinking. I even sold it. So you said that you've been through, or you have been since 8 years ago, and then today. My question is, what caused you to realize that you had to make a change, and what all? Tell us the current events about that.
So, I mean, it started destroying my life. It started multiplying and multiplying, where right, of course, the habit gets worse and worse. And the first thing that I started noticing is the way drugs work is it works in your midbrain and not in your cortex. So it takes your survival skills, all the things that your brain relies on to survive, like eating, sleeping, reproducing, and those priorities become less prioritized because your brain thinks you now need this source of dopamine, of happiness, which is these drugs. So the first things that I noticed were decreases in my eating and my sleeping habits, and even being able to be with women and do things like that. So those were the very first things I experienced. As I started diving into deeper stuff and just having worse habits, as time just went on, I developed some severe anxiety, just to
You
the
don't
point
like
where
an,
I was,
you know what
what's
I mean?
up?
Like you don't seem like an anxious person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's crazy.
I'm just trying to think of words to get it all out. I'm totally good with the sharing this stuff, but I would throw up. Like I would get so anxious to the point where I would just throw up for hours and hours
Really,
on end, and like you couldn't stop me unless you put an IV in my damn skin. And even now, I still get anxious, I still get nervous, but it's not to the same degree as it was before. And this was excuse my language.
no.
This was
Say what
messing.
we're demon. I don't care, bro. I'm
This
gonna
was
be
messing with
you.
everything in my life. I was losing, like my business opportunities because of this. My, relationships with friends and women. It was like it completely took over my life for multiple years. And after that happening for so long, I started to realize like what it was taking away from me. And I'm so thankful that I was actually able to realize some of those things that I'm now uh, that I've lost. I'm glad that I was able to kind of put it into perspective and see like tally up everything, and how much it
That's
actually
crazy. That word you
impacted
use,
my
telling up,
life.
like you don't know how much you've given up until you realize what you lost, right? And that's was me. I remember one time I was this is not to boast about the past because I think if you boast about what you used to be, you're more likely to go back. Oh, that was fun, right? I would be so high, I would miss work back in the day, sitting on the floor eating rice my sister came in and saw me like I was so gone. I'm on the floor in Reading, PA, eating rice that was dry with water in, not cooked. And she walks in and she says, "Junior, what are you doing?" And she had to tell me, "We got to stop. Like we got to stop. Like there comes a point in a time where you have to actually decide."
Your microphone cut out, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what was that last part?
I said, "So you tallied it up. What'd you do after you realized, oh shit, it's taking over?"
I it took a lot, but I had to learn how to ask for help. And this was like the pivotal thing that kind of really changed it all. And it was, I mean, luckily I have amazing parents who have helped me so much through this process. But the first thing was kind of being honest, being open, and showing everything that's happened to me, and laying it down straight up and just saying, hey, here's where I need help. I'm really struggling. And that's that's honestly where everything started to build up. I got into like a detox program and into rehab with a therapist and some group therapy. A group of people that I talk to now weekly, like 10 hours a week. And so I've been doing that and just pushing to keep going and keep having better coping habits. And I'm grateful that I was able to not only reach out for help, but able to receive help, because not everyone's in a position to get, I guess, as much support as I did. Yeah.
So yeah, let me ask you a question then for those that I think I'm hoping, I'm praying, right, to the good Lord that this could be used to impact someone's life, that they don't wait until it's like too late, right? You realize there's realization there's too late. In my mind, it's like gaining all this weight. I was to the point where I was like, it's almost too late. What if my knees gave out? What if my heart gave out? Right? Thank God I'm not diabetic. Um, what's the hardest part of recovery that people don't usually talk about?
For the last 8 years, um, that's been like my life. You form your life around this thing. It completely becomes everything. So your friends, your hobbies, and like what your life is revolved around is kind of those things. And so quitting the drug doesn't just mean quitting the drug, or quitting the addiction. It also means having to give up a lot of those things that coincide with it, a lot of those things that maybe bring you to those places, things that remind you of emotions that maybe put you in a state where you're vulnerable and you want to go back to your addiction. So that's a huge part because you have to change all of your habits, and it's like becoming a different person again, you know?
It's crazy for you too because you're in college, right? So how do you balance trying to recover and getting rid of the old people in your life? Let's be honest, right? If you got friends in your life, if you got friends in your life that don't care about you and want to offer you that, those aren't your friends, bro. Right? Because maybe they have their problems under control, where you and I are addicts. Like we're addicted. We get addicted quick, right? If I eat a piece of cake right now, I'm destroying the whole cake. Right? If I were to smoke weed today, like 80 blunts, just getting high.
Right. If I'm doing it, I'm going all in.
How do you balance like going to college still? Because you're still in college full time, right? I would assume you're still going to college. You're still going there. You got that college life. You're still young, right? Wild thing about this, and this is what I'm proud of you about, is at your age you decided I gotta make a change, so it's never too late. How do you balance that?
I mean, it's been a lot of pressure, I guess, from the opposing side. And by that I mean I've had a lot of failures, a lot of places where I feel like I could have seriously taken things to the next level, and I totally was not able to, took it for granted, threw it in the trash. Like, oof. I kind of lost my train of thought there.
No, I get it. With the it's a pretty heavy conversation, right? Because you have now just exposed yourself, and not in a bad way, because I think, and I know your dream, right? Your dream out of all this is not to get attention, but what's your dream? Why are you telling this story?
I want to hopefully be able to ring a bell with, somebody out there, one of you guys, maybe that's too, shy to speak up and doesn't, just doesn't know where to start, doesn't know who to ask. I just wanted to let it be known, that there are people like us out here, that you can reach out to at any time. And there's always people willing to listen. And I would love to be able, for my story, to be able to, right, to relate to one of you guys, and you can maybe apply it, whatever, seek help.
As I got this question for both of us, Matt. This is a you and I question. I'll let you answer it first. What did you have to let go in order to move forward? Isn't that a wild question? Like the concept of what did you have to really let go to move forward? That's a wild thought.
Yeah, it is. It's two main things, two severe things. It's friends, like bad influences, how hard it is. It's like,
Heavy, right? I thought about this the other day. I'll go give you some time, bro. And again, if it gets too heavy, just tell me stop. We could talk about fragrances, because I got like 80 on my table. I got 80 here. I'm deciding which one I'll smell like tonight. I left home and I went to California. That's where I met my wife. I had to give up my family at that time. It wasn't that my family or my mom and dad were a bad influence. It was what I was doing to my sister, what I was doing to my other sister, what I was doing to I was breaking my mom and dad's heart. And I knew that if I didn't remove myself from the circumstance, right? Because the streets are different, bro. Like in the middle, like in Miami, you get it, right? You got Hialeah, you got Pembroke Pines. If you go up an hour and a half, 2 hours, you got Pembroke Pines area. But I had to remove myself in order not to hurt them. And the first time I saw my mom and dad, after I was able to get my life right, and I thank God for that, right? Because he changed my life, is I saw my dad 10 plus years after I left, I didn't see my dad once. He never came to my wedding. I needed to prove to him that this wasn't just a phase of my life, that I was going to overcome it for a little bit. I had to prove to my wife that I wasn't going to become the man I was. Does that make sense? There was a lot of change that had to happen. And now look at us, 17 years later, I got to see my dad almost every year now. I get told I'm proud. He's like, yo, Eddie, I'm proud of you. That's, to me, that's a concept that, if you think about it, is nuts, right? A son wants affirmation from his father that he's proud of him. That's what I had to give up. Pretty heavy, huh? I thought about this question a lot. It's like a pretty heavy question.
It is. I think one thing I had to give up was like, I guess a sense of my sense of comfort, you know, like when, as an addict, the world can be falling apart, and in your head, everything's okay, you know? And so when you stop, that comes crashing right down. And so you realize, along with the help of other, people like my therapist, what's actually going on, what's wrong. And it's like it's a heavy impact to realize what's actually causing my anxiety and my depression, and digging into that stuff, and not just being comfortable ignoring, and actually like understanding, has helped me become stronger.
Crazy, man. I mean, at the if anyone here is like this, I'm being serious. Like Matt, I don't know where like how this came up in conversations. He legit, we talk every day, and it's always about, hey, what you wearing today? Not clothes, because that'd be weird. We're talking like scents. Or he'll be like, hey, what'd you think about that? Or Matt would be like, make me jealous because he'd be going to Burlington. We don't have one here. And he's got like 30 in his way. He's like, look what I found. And I'm like sitting here trying to find it online. He's like, double the price. And he had just brought up, yo, can I call you? And I was sitting there thinking, like, you want to help people. They got to know your story, right? How can you help someone? Because there's that adage that you can't help someone if you can't help yourself. And I think you've done the steps to get where you want to go. You still got work to do, right? You're not done. So the question I have to piggyback off that is, who played the biggest part in your role in staying on the path that you're on?
Person that comes to my head is immediate. It's undeniable. They were the unwavering force. It's my mom.
Yeah, shout out to
It
mom.
is my mother. There was no one else. She was the only one who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. She pushed me so damn hard, always, and she really fucking she again.
Just say it. Say it.
She knew I was sick of being who I was and being in my circumstance, and she kind of made me realize what was going on with me and how messed up everything was, and really knocked some sense into me. As crazy as it is to say, it's actually not crazy. Moms are, it's vital, and I can't give enough thanks to my mom. She is truly
she brought you together. Matt, let me ask you this. So is that why you've been gone from the detail space? Because you started strong, right? Doing the whole videos and things of that nature, and then you were in and out like you were in and out like I was at In and Out, the burger joint. Like I saw you sometimes and see you sometimes. Did all this cause you to like not to do anything, or what stopped you from your channel was dope, by the way. I like your channel.
Appreciate it. I started my channel kind of because I wanted to work on my social anxiety, talking and things like that. I think I was actually trying to quit when I first started my channel.
Oh, so you didn't go to
Uh,
rehab yet?
no, I have gone to rehab now,
Yeah, but
but
when you started your channel, you didn't.
right, like a year ago, I hadn't gone, and I was like trying to quit, and that was one of the things that I was kind of trying to do to start a new hobby, you know, a new thing, and just I'd always been kind of into video making and the whole like YouTubing thing, but not entirely. And so I enjoyed making the videos a little bit, and I really felt the itch to like reach out to the community and like I don't know, share with you guys because a lot of you guys are just so lovely to talk to. And so but I got into a hole. Yeah, like and you see it in my YouTube posting like a few months ago, I went into an absolute hole um of, you know, you guys know, um horrendous using habits and crazy anxiety and just not a life anyone would want to live actively. So
We got a question in chat. There's a few questions. If you got questions, you can ask it now. So, for many people, rehab's ineffective. What made rehab successful for you?
you you have to want it, you know. Um, there's Eddie asked me this question last night, and I had a similar question be asked to me in rehab, and it's, "What's your why? Why are you doing this?" And they kind of work with you to strengthen that. And I think that one of the reasons it worked for me so well is just because I had such an open mind to it, and I've been so sick and ready to change. I know that a lot of people in there are the same way. Um, it is really a lot about reinforcing that why, you know.
It's like you got to die to self, right? It's like you got to, because part of you is like, you ever think about this? Like, I think about this all the time. Sitting in a room, uh, this is going to sound so bad. So, don't take it this way, right? It's like you hope that the person next to you is fatter than you on a treadmill so you don't feel as bad. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you hope, like, dude, I hope this dude next to me is bigger. But in reality, it's like, you can't focus on everyone's dishes when yours is dirty. Clean yours first. And I think Jay-Z said it the best: the poor can't help the poor. Like, you can't help nobody unless you help yourself. And it gets to the point where we're so consumed with wanting to say that you could do this, you could do that, you could do this, where the outward man should be looking at the inward man, saying, "What do I need to change?" Michael Jackson says it the best, right? I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Yeah, it's wild. Any questions for Matt? I got some. I got some here, but Matt, what are your thoughts? How you feeling?
Thank you guys so much for all the kind words. And this is I know this is a much better path for me, and I'm so thankful to have this opportunity. Uh, that's it. That's it. Got some questions, or was it?
No, see, this is why I want like just tell Matt the only the it's not the journey you share or the road you show or the picture that people see of you, and what you say and do could impact lives. Like maybe someone right now out of 50 people watching, there's somebody like, Leo, I'm struggling with this. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to take the next steps. I don't know how to feel. It's gonna be evergreen to live on the internet, but um, you got to be willing to help yourself. And basically, what you said, right? You're ready.
I was ready, and you have to be ready to help yourself because as much as I got support, um, this was like my doing, and you have to go out of your way to make connections, do things you're uncomfortable with doing, break your habits completely. And so, like, yeah, yeah, totally.
Conway says, you got a support here, right? That your family. Shut the
I
Conway.
do,
Yeah.
I know You don't know so much about Discord, Eddie, but we have a pretty strong. A few of us have a pretty strong community in there. We chat every
I'll do
day.
Discord, bro. Too grown for that.
Yeah,
All right. I'm
man.
too grown for that. I do. You remember what was that called? When AOL was around, you had this other like chat service they used to use. You used to download it on a computer. We had RBQ or I don't remember. That's all I did, bro.
I
Discord. So I
go.
was like, download Discord. You're doing that.
You got TeamSpeak for CS?
I used to, and I used to have what was the other voice one before that? Before TeamSpeak, Ventrilo.
That's as far as I go.
Oh, Ventrilo, yeah.
I had TeamSpeak for like a year before Discord came out.
Yeah, family and function. ICQ, bro. See the chat knows. The chat knows, bro. I used to have ICQ, man. I used to be diabolical in those things, bro. Before catfish was a thing, I used to catfish people. Man, you know when you're a kid and you're stupid? That's what I was. All right. Matt, questions for you guys.
Wild. All right. I should have expected that even, but I don't know how you can.
Right. That's what, we did CS:GO, not CS:GO. We did it was like StarCraft. We used to play that game, and I was such a goat. I used to go to Winn-Dixie in Florida, and used to grab the Juno CDs, and and used to come in and have like 30 minutes of free internet. You remember the dial-up phone, and you unplug the phone from the wall so people didn't call while you were playing. That's the life I grew up in. Today, kids have it so easy, Matt. I grew up having the. You remember those?
No.
You don't because you're young, bro. Like we didn't grow up with binge watching Netflix shows, dude. You had to wait. That's what I keep trying to tell people. Like, bro, you have to actually wait for the episode to come in the next week. You missed it. You missed it. You know what I'm saying? Now everyone is. This is. I think this leads back to why there's so many problems in our society. Like, there's so many. We so want instant gratification that we don't want to work for the hard things anymore. You want a life change? That's hard, bro. You want to get a good job? That's hard. You know what I'm saying? You want to make a good name for yourself? That's hard. And I think the years we live in now is so easy to get what you want, and the gratification is there that you don't realize that you still got to work for it. Nothing's free. It's just wild.
Things are getting easier and easier, and like as young as I am, my brain is so susceptible to that. So I notice that when I spend times like going easy, playing life on easy mode, letting other things do the work for me, right? I lose that intuition, I lose that sharpness and like that edge that my brain has. And I just like the human brain is a muscle that should be exercised.
And bro, you know, back then, right? Addiction's always been around. It's been around since the beginning of time. Whatever you want to be addicted to, it doesn't have to be just drugs, sugar, porn, right?
Fragrance.
Whatever you're addicted, drinking, right? Getting high on dopamine, getting high. It doesn't matter. Addiction's been around for a long time, but it's so easy now to get what you want. No one knew the Wee Man's name when I was growing up. You didn't know that dude's name. You just knew that he was here during this time. You came, did your business, and left. Now they got weed source. Dude, smoke what you want. I'm not talking about smoking. I'm talking about like if you get to the point where that turns into heroin or cocaine, that's what destroys you. That's what people don't get, right? Fentanyl, that destroys you mentally. It just turns into other stuff because everything else becomes easy to do when you do that one thing. What do you think about that comment?
I lost the last part.
What is wrong with you, man? Matt, can you hear me?
Yes.
What are you looking at, bro? What are you staring at? Share your screen.
I read one comment. I'll share my screen.
Where's the comment? What comment did you read? I'll pull it up.
Dan's back in the day, if I wanted to play a game, I would have had to rent a gaming system from Blockbuster.
That was the life. You had to rent it. It was expensive too, like $50 a night. You don't think that's expensive? But back then, bro, $50. Back then, $50, nuts.
For one night? That's insane.
Yeah, dude, you have to rent it. And then you had to put a deposit down in case you broke it.
It's insane even now. I would never pay that.
Yeah, so I mean, everyone, this is one of those podcasts that I wanted to bring everyone together, have a chat, have a conversation with someone who's going through what he's going through, but he's overcoming it. And then Matt's goal out of all this is he wants to help the next person. He wants to create a community where he knows, right, Matt? That's your whole dream about this. Like that was your whole dream is you want to help the next person.
Yeah, I am going to share about my journey, and just everything about it, what it's taken from me, what I'm going to have to put into it. Um, and hopefully other people can come together and share their experiences. And I would love to help some other people in a similar situation to what I was in.
So right now, right today, what do you have planned? Are you still detailing? Like, what do you have going on in life?
Yeah, so I'm still running the detailing business. I've got a job on Wednesday afternoon at 2:30. I've got one on Friday, which is my weekly. Um, I'm still in school. I'm in calculus for business right now, which is like I'm only taking 6 credits this semester because I struggle. I struggle with math. I'm like, yeah, so I'm really dialing in on math this semester super hard, but I mean, that's mostly what's going on, you know. Um, uh,
Do you mind if he shares this? Or are you good with that?
Please, absolutely, absolutely.
I uh I started today was the gym day, bro. I do things in sections. I'm weird. I'm weird. You ever eat like your food and sometimes you pick from here, then you pick from there, and then you pick from here, and you like
Yeah,
mix. Um,
is my
I
smoke
start.
alarm just go off?
Yeah. Well, who's dying, bro? And he's muted everyone. But today was like the day. Got the gym. All my kids want to work out. You know, Isabel wants to be a marine. Um, what happened?
Ooh,
Who
nah, my roommates are just cooking hella loud and just like I
No one
swear
can hear
the
me.
only day that I need them to like not do this right now, but it's chill. The alarm went off. We're good. What'd you
No,
hit today at the gym?
I called a hit and paying the bill. I walked in, walked, paid the bill, walked out. Tomorrow
That's
I
good
go
though.
in the morning, and then so what I started doing is chunking things out, right? So I started. I wrote down the 1% things I gotta give up. I gave up sugar. First week was a struggle. I feel amazing now. Um, Also, I have a coach. His name's AJ. Uh, he wants me to eat XXXX, so I'm doing a lot of research. Got a lot of friends who are like who bodybuild, but then the idea behind this is people don't think that you can eat real food, that you have to be consumed to brown rice and chicken, where that's you can have high protein, low carb food that's good for you, right? So I am now meal planning. So I cooked for 3 days, then I cook again in 3 days. And what I started doing is like involving my kids into the process of cooking and working out, because they want to work out. So it's been the 1% was the sugar, and the next percent is hitting the gym 5 days a week. And then after that, I have to make a decision. If I want to remove something else, right? So I write all these things down. So how are you sticking with your plan? I'm sticking with mine. I'm on it, like Blue Bonnet.
Yeah. I've been writing things down. I got in this crazy habit, and I like didn't used to do this before. I mean, I always acknowledged that it was something that I should do. Um, my best friends in the Marine Corps. Um, I always acknowledged it was something I should do, but I never really took it as a habit. Um, what I did that really helped me a ton is I just literally just bought a ton of like notepads and pens and paper, and I've just been writing absolutely everything down. So I have like a huge schedule here on my desk, that I fill everything in on, and so now I plan everything in advance, like plan my day, um, and I'm just working to fill up my days as much as I humanly can, because when I get bored, when I start slacking off, um, that's when things start to go bad again. That's when my bad habits start to creep back. And so honestly, I haven't even been focusing too much on the like importance of the task that I've been doing now. I'm just trying to do things, get out and about, and just be talking to people or sit in a different different area, taking something just to be away from my usual habits that bring me back to my usual places and my usual environment that brings me back to my bad habits. So yeah, definitely those are things that are helping me stay out of that.
So
Do
look
the
at
notebook,
this. Nice cologne
notebook.
rack. Lewis has gotten into the pitfall of buying colognes, but
Oh Lord.
he has expensive taste. And all I'm telling him is that you don't have to get the Louis Vuittons to enjoy colognes, but he's got expensive taste. So he's taking a break right now.
Especially with the LVs. I feel like there's some of them like the Raja Parfums that the ingredients they use are like mwah, and you really can't get something else like that. But some of the LVs you can get really dang close for like a pretty low price tag. That's my
I mean, the Middle Eastern hits hard, dude. I'm not gonna cap. Their stuff hits hard.
The Middle Eastern stuff, the value is really
is insanity. And what they don't understand is that one of our dollars is like 80 of theirs. That's disrespectful.
Raja Oceania.
He,
I haven't tried that.
he doesn't like, bro. He didn't even.
He got real expensive taste.
Yes,
Raj is crazy. Like that's the most expensive brand.
The most expensive Roja you could buy.
This guy.
He just likes his stuff.
They got some beautiful stuff though.
So I tried to tap in. Sometimes I don't tap in and be like, yo, did you snort a line today? I just be like, hey, what you wearing today? That's the conversation him and I have. And I think a form of support doesn't always have to be about them going through what they're going through. It's just knowing that you're there. Because we didn't even talk about this once until you brought it up. True or not?
Absolutely true.
It came out. He said, yo, I got this thing, and this thing. And I have 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I'll call you right after church. And then we were just talking about the dumpster buy I just bought. Like, and he was like, yeah, I got this. And then, this is how the conversation goes. I think support comes in many ways. How do you feel is the best way to support others in your struggles? Like, if you were someone else going through it and someone wanted to support them, what would be the proper way to support them? Because I think it's important. Sometimes you get like my pastor's wife died. Another pastor came over, hit him with the Bible. Like sometimes what God says, you don't want to get hit with the Bible. Just love on me. You know what I'm saying? Being in this recovery mode of yours, how would you tell people who want to help others the proper way to support them so it doesn't become overwhelming?
I think that it's hard a lot of the times when someone on the outside wants to come and help because they may misunderstand the needs. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet here, but I think a great way to show support is by just giving someone a call. That's what I love doing, and it's something that I've practiced with not only the people who are close to me, but people I haven't spoken to in a while. And that's something I do on my daily calendars. Is I'll find someone who I used to really care about. They used to really care about me. Whatever it is, we used to have a relationship. And I'll give them a call, give them a ring, and say, "Hey, how you doing, man? Just reconnect." And it honestly makes such a difference. Like those conversations always lead somewhere else, and just having someone there,
just be present,
no matter what it is, just to be present, and just some reaffirming, and it sounds so corny, but it's like it's just so nice to hear when you're struggling. It's that it's going to be all right. You're in good hands. Just you're going to push through this, and things like that are like they help. If that person doesn't want the help, there's absolutely nothing you can do until they're ready. That's why I say just be there. Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing all this. These are the questions that I had. I thought some of these questions a lot of people probably wanted to ask, so I put them together to ask you. Thanks for being yourself, and I know it's hard to talk about all this. The goal here is not to look bad upon you. It's to say, I can relate. Look at the chat. You see the chat? More people are relatable than not relatable.
It's
What do you think
true.
about
It's like it's taboo. People don't talk about it because it's not fun. People don't. It's not something you actively want to talk about. But
All right.
It is good to have that occasionally.
So listen, Matt. Where do you go from here?
I'm gonna get a video up on my YouTube channel, saying what it's like being a week sober.
A week.
Wait,
did you say a week?
A whole week.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
A week outside, still having to fight it. Still having to fight the demons. I'm proud of you, bro. Everyone, I can put it here. Subscribe to Slick Auto Styling. He's gonna share his story on his channel. 1 week sober with Matt. Matt, I'm hoping you reach out and I'll touch base always. We always talk. If you ever need anything, big props, man. A week.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for being, accepting and understanding, and sharing your, sharing your knowledge open-heartedly. What you said to me here on the live stream and off the live stream has been so helpful for me. So
look at Matt. They want it. The people want it. Any questions for Matt? Big Matt, 1 week.
Any questions? I'm here for it. I am here for it. Yeah.
Share your story, bro. I'm telling you, I even told Matt the other day, I go, look, man, I said, at the end of the day, if your story impacts one life, you have done more than most people. And all you had to do was impact one life. Right? If they could see that this young man who's in college, like, this is wild to me, right? A lot of people don't figure this out this early. They get forced into it, right? People your age, they get forced into going to rehab. They get forced to stay there. They get forced to detox. They come back out of it. You're like, I need a change. 21 years old, still in college. Proud of you, bro. Says a lot about your character. That's nuts.
I'm grateful to be in this position and have everybody that I do around me. I'm so blessed, and I think and I love every single one of you guys that hear this.
All right. If there's no more questions, this is a pilot. We might not do another one. This might be it. I just found, we were talking yesterday, and I was like, you know what we need to do? We need to share.
Just get it out there.
We need to speak it to the earth. You're already doing better than me, see? Real quick, you're impacting lives. All right, everyone, let me know if you want to keep a podcast like this, maybe once a month, every other week. I could bring on a new person who is want to share, help the industry move forward. It could be physically, mentally, it could be recovery. I mean, at the end of the day, detailing is only 5% of someone's life. Does that make sense? Like, you detail a car. Here's how car detailing works. You detail a car, it looks shiny, you're done. Your work at the end of that was, wow, that looks great. Right? Life's more than just detailing, smelling good. Even though I love perfumes, guys, it's about the person doing it. And I think we missed that. We missed that we are just human beings going through stuff. Look, people want more episodes. Look, if you want this to continue, or you want to come on and you want to do a podcast, I applaud you. Like, me and Matt aren't doing this together. I just want Matt for his channel to change lives. Because Matt, I watched you and I loved your stuff. You're joking, your demeanor, the way you are. You're a dude that I would hang out with. I would smoke a cigar with you, bro. Like, smoke it. And if anyone wants to come on, message me. I'll have you on. We could talk about it. Anything you want. Maybe I just show my big body flexing in the mirror. I will lose the weight. Like, hear me, man. I was thinking about how fast I used to run. And I told Wanda, in a year, I'm going to smoke you. Because I was fast, bro.
You were a linebacker, right?
Yeah, nose guard. Fast. Right? I told her, look, what people don't know is when my mind is right. It was never before because I could care less. I feel like I beat the game. You know what I'm saying? My mind is right. I'm ready. All right. People want more of this stuff. We have to bring Matt back on.
I'm proud of you for for taking that first step, getting in the gym, and just hitting the machine for a little bit. Like it's hard for me even sometimes to put my dang shoes on to go to the gym, and it's always a struggle. So I'm proud of you, bro, and I know you're gonna keep
Appreciate
doing
that.
this.
And I'm full too. Like I just ate some chicken right. Anyway, look, check this out. He wants to get into fragrances. Well, we'll help this guy first before we leave because I think this is an important question. All right.
Oh
Matt,
my God! Wait.
Matt, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's the first one? If you're getting into fragrances for man, what's the first one? Now you're a young buck, right? I'm an unk. I'll give him my first one. You give your first one.
I think that
guys lock in. Hawaii is fire. Hawaii is fire. Brute, I'm down. Look, Matt, what's the first one?
Chanel Allure Homme Sport.
Which one?
Chanel Allure Homme Sport.
That's a good one. That's good. That's a goodie. That's a goodie. I'm gonna put you on game.
That's real versatile. Ladies like it. You can wear that winter, summer, spring, fall. Brute by Walgreens, bro. That's the GOAT. I used to wear that back in the day in like elementary school, bro. They were all
Brute hit. I'm not gonna lie. The ladies love Brute. Look, hey, stop capping. The ladies love Brute. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're starting into fragrances, the thing that's gonna keep you going into fragrances is how you feel on it, right? Because it's a dopamine kind of vibe. When you smell it and it energizes you, you're like, dang, I could wear that. So I'm gonna put you on for $24. All right, watch. Mark Blanc.
I knew it was coming.
Mark Blanc Individual Tonic. It's a freshie, easy to wear everyday scent. And if you got a little cabbage, right? If you got money to burn, if you got
I would say I'm gonna put my budget pick before you move on to the money. I'm gonna say Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. It's like a few bucks more. It's like $5 more.
Agreed.
It's like $5 more. But I low key think it's better. I haven't even smelled that, but I know it's better.
If you got money, I'm gonna give you the next one. We're done. This is it. We're gonna end the podcast here. We had serious conversation. We talked about addictions. Now we got to make my brothers smell good. Ladies, lock in. If you have men in your life and you want them to smell like everybody else but smell sexy, me and Matt already agree on this, man. You know which one's coming up, right?
Oh Lord,
EDP.
Can't go wrong.
Look, chat.
There's so much hate, so much. My ex wears this. My toxic ex.
Oh, my toxic. No one cares about your toxic ex. Your next ex will wear better.
When she smells that, she gonna go crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Look at Lewis. Look, this guy's money's different. But not everyone could afford Percival, dude. His money's so different, bro.
Percival is also, if I'm spending niche money, I'm not going to get Percival. That's my thing.
Yeah, what would you get?
You said what?
What would you get? Niche money, what are you getting?
Initio, can't get enough.
No.
Mind games, Jadot.
Listen to him, he's young, okay? He doesn't have flavor yet. He's still learning.
Nah.
He's still learning. Guys, he's still look, guys, listen, everyone. Last time, I'm gonna bring this up one last time.
I guarantee you haven't even smelled that Initio.
What? I think I have
it. Beautiful. You have it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, you're a wild man. I'll buy it off you, bro, if you don't like it.
No,
it's crazy. You're a crazy guy.
Oh, okay.
This guy, you guys see him? That's insane.
All right. I don't have that one. It's in the other room. I got this one though. Pick that one.
Polo 6'7". Insane. Okay, Polo 6'7" is actually really good. That's actually a really good cheapie.
Hey, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. We're done.
Bangers, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
They want to know you.
I don't have jupe. I spelled it in a Burlington and I almost threw up.
And with that, we're out. If you're anybody struggling with addiction or have gone through this or have beat it or want to share your story to community who's looking for either help, looking to feel refreshed, entertaining, looking just to bless someone else with encouragement, hit me up, Eddie at thehouseofrags.com. And we'll bring you on next time. If we have a next time. We're going to have a next time or what? We're going to have a next time. All right.
We don't have it next time. Let's do
We're
it.
out.
All right, we're out.